Hello, I am Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz. It is April 28, 2017 at 1213 a.m. in Birmingham. And topic, again, we're in prophecy. Now, let me explain something to you, please. The reason I'm inserting these pictures at the moment is my computer, which is iMac, and I'm on the program or the operating system Sierra. It takes about 8 or 10 minutes to upload a 4-minute blog, whereas the older system would do a 10, 12, 15-minute blog in about 2 minutes. So it's the time that I'm looking at. But at the same time, when you see this type of picture, it's dictating or it's telling you about prophecy occurring before our eyes. And here's another one. This one, a lot of you are looking for. A lot of you want to hear this. And again, this one was released night before last, and it was on Prophecy Watchers. So here we go. This is Gary Stearman and his guest, Tommy Ice.
The arrival of Jesus Christ to take his church home is imminent. And I really believe that with all my heart. And with me is another gentleman who believes the same thing, Dr. Thomas Ice.
And so if the rapture and the second coming are the same event, the rapture gets in the way. Mm-hmm. There's no purpose for the rapture.
There has to be a space there of some sort.
Yes.
It's like a prelude, and you can't have things just back to back.
Well, and so that's what makes sense of these two sets of passages. One set of passages that talks about how Christ could come at any moment, mm-hmm. and we're waiting for him to come and take us. So our focus is on Christ, not on the Antichrist. And then you have a whole other set of passages associated with the second coming where hundreds of events have to occur.
Right.
And leading up to that, and that's why he says to watch, because a person who's saved in the tribulation, not a part of the church, by the way, we call them tribulation saints, mm-hmm. Those people can see the signs leading up. In fact, once the tribulation begins, you can count down the days to the second coming. And so yes. Therefore, but today we can't, because we don't know when it's going to start. Mm-hmm. And so it's going to be 7 years after that, based on the lunar calendar, of course. And as a result, you're going to, you've got these whole two set of passages. And what makes the best sense is the idea that the pre-trib rapture ends the church age, where Israel, who was in diaspora, has been set aside. And of course, you have a remnant of Jewish believers today with the Gentiles. And James in Acts 15 said that God is first taking out from among the Gentiles the people for his name. And that's what's happening during the church age. Even though there are Jew and Gentile believers who are co-equal in Christ, it's largely about the Gentiles. It's largely about taking a Gentile bride. And therefore, when that is completed, then you have the unfinished 70th week of Daniel, where Israel is going to become the head over the nations. And Israel is going to become believers. In fact, once that is the condition for the second coming, the Jews have to believe and call on him to come and rescue them, because they're on the verge of being wiped out. And of course, we see that building today, even today in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's Tommy Ice on Prophecy Watchers. Guys, this, and he's speaking of the Ezekiel 38-39 war that's staging, but he's talking about the final war, the Battle of Armageddon that's at the end. This is when Asian countries, that's when they want the oil. They don't want to kill the Jews, but those that are here, which is, of course, Satan and his army, they want to kill the Jews. They're not necessarily concerned about the oil. So that's their ultimate goal, is to just defeat and say to God, we equal you. or we are a little bit bigger. That's Satan's whole entire goal. Nothing more. From the day one when God created Adam, and they said, should we worship him? He looks like you. And he said, no, you'll serve him. That's the first dissension right there. And why we need to pray about that war is because, like Tommy Ice just said, there will be some in the very last days who will accept Christ. And I want to be partly responsible by praying and putting a block up, installing that Ezekiel 38-39 war just for a little while. Jody Wolf, Expoz. And by the way, please bear with me on this picture until I get this thing working properly. Thank you.